Hello lovely people, today we are pulling some tarot cards to see what the energies of 2024, the energies of next year will bring. So let me burn some Palo Santo first and get comfy with you guys. So I brought you my magic wand and 5 different tarot decks. Before we dive into the pick a card reading, where you can pick and choose your own cards, I would like to address the overall energy of 2024. If you add the numbers 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, this equals 8. And the number 8 has a special meaning in itself in numerology. And in tarot, we have a major arcana card, which is called Strength, also known as Lust. Let me pick this card to demonstrate, to show you how it looks. Oh, and there are timestamps below. You can click and jump ahead if you're impatient at any moment. But I think it's very interesting to know what the collective will be able to experience, especially if they understand the potential ahead. So here, it was actually the last card, or the first card. So this is the Strength. I have a German deck, as you can see. And you can see a lion and a maiden that tames that lion. And it actually represents an energy of controlling our inner demons, addressing our shadows and getting ahead of them, facing them fearlessly. So this energy actually talks about trust in your own power, in your own abilities. It talks about a gentle force, and it also talks about courage. There's so much more to it, so let me dive deep. Even if you're not a tarot geek like me, it's important to understand. So let me get all the cards that the Strength is linked to, because it not only addresses our shadow side, but also a lot of topics when it comes to our own visions, our own soul path, and our sexuality, more specifically intimacy and our Kundalini energy. So let me get more specific, and I'll get all the pictures you need to see so you understand that card better. Yes. I think I have them all. So the tarot is a system, and the major arcanas are very important for our soul's growth. Then you have the minor arcana, which talk about the day-to-day. So here in this major arcana card, basically you see the soul taming the ego. And the ego is ready to be tamed. The ego is ready to be checked. So next year, it's not your ego running the show, but your soul. So you have an amazing opportunity, as I said, to face your shadow, to face your fears. Fears are usually attached to ego, our identity, our illusions, and to address things from a higher perspective. And we are willing to let the soul lead, which means coming from a heart space, coming from a soul-led perspective. There will be more generosity, there will be more growth, there will be more light if you let it. So the partner card of the 8 is the number 17. The number 17 in tarot is the star, and the star energy, as you can see over here, is the partner to the Leo energy, which is Aquarius. And this Aquarian energy, we are in the Aquarian age right now, so they are working together, especially next year, is important because the star talks about manifestation, talks about vision, talks about channeling, and talks about reaching your potential, tapping into your North Star, the soul star, right? If you're familiar with the chakra system, you have the chakras within the body, but there's also an earth star and a soul star. So they go beyond your physical vessel. So you're strongly working with your higher self, with your soul star. You're being guided. If you allow the ego to quiet down, if you can tame it, you will be guided on your soul's path. And next year is a very high potential for that. Furthermore, you can see the maiden has a white dress, which speaks of purity and innocence and coming from a calm place. There are flowers, it's very nurturing. So there's a celebration in the air, like everybody's happy that this is happening. You especially. It might be a complete internal experience at first. And she's taming the lion, she's taming the beast, she's taming the impulsive raw nature everybody in us has. And the beast in tarot is represented by the number 15, which is called the devil, as you can see over here. And the devil speaks about hunger, addiction, attachment, shadow, materialism, and wishes, right? The star is a wish fulfillment, but this is very pure. It's like heavenly. You can see the idea of astrology in here. This is like divine guidance, whereas the devil is seductive. And this card also talks about sexuality, but it has a very dark attachment to it. So the devil becomes toxic very easily. So the devil energy will seduce you and make you do things against your values. So it quickly becomes toxic, but it has you attached to certain dreams, hopes. It always dangles the carrot. It always promises something. So you keep going, keep nurturing, but actually it drains you, it sucks energy out of you. So it's not a win-win when you work with the devil energy, although it's a very strong manifestation card as well, as is the star. So both energies will be present next year. Why? Because the Strength card in tarot is the only card that trumps the devil energy, that gets a hold of the devil energy. You see, soul is taming the ego. The ego is hungry, it wants more, it wants different, it wants bigger, never satisfied. And next year, 2024, we're learning to tame the devil energy within us and around us. So greed, materialism, etc. We're gaining a new perspective on that. And as I said at the beginning, we are facing our shadows. And this is a very hard work to do. It's not easy, but it's necessary. And it will be extremely rewarding because the partner card of the devil are the lovers. I mean, we're diving deep into tarot. I know it's a mini crash course and maybe you're not following along, but just pick what resonates and just try to soak up the information. I'm not giving you a tarot course that you can find on my website, but I give you the necessary little bits you need to know for next year. So why am I showing the Lovers card? You can see the energies mirrored. This is Eden, this is hell. Like, these are two concepts, obviously, not two places, but the idea of Eden is harmony. They're two soulmates coming together. This is union within self and with others, led by the divine, right? So this is Eros. This is pure love. This is erotic love, okay? And this is just, so this is different. And next year you just have to make a choice. Are you able to tame the lion? Are you able to tame your inner beast in a way to face your shadows and to experience especially Eros? So when it comes to intimacy next year, you can learn a lot. Maybe you'll dive into Tantra. Maybe you'll face topics about vulnerability. I do at the moment. I'm working with a somatic psychologist at the time. And it's amazing. I'm learning so much about myself and relationships and dynamics and behaviors and stuff. So you can go out and explore next year, but it can also be an internal work, right? Maybe you'll meet someone where you can actually experience this type of relationship dynamic instead of this toxic version, right? Pure love, unconditional love, divinely guided love, twin flame, soulmate, whatever label you want to give it, versus conditional love, which always becomes toxic. I give you that in return of. I mean, let's face it, a lot of people prostitute themselves in a modern way, right? Well, he gives me security and status, so I might as well give him this and that, or vice versa. But I mean, look into society, look into the couples around you. A lot of them prefer being coupled badly or in a toxic relationship rather than be alone. And next year, a lot of strength will be required, but this work is worth investing. I hope I explained it right. So the yellow part over here, as you can see, addresses joy and inspiration and vitality. This has the potential of Kundalini rising. But yellow is also, on the flip side, a color of greed, a color of jealousy, instead of inspiration. So you always have a choice when you look at something or someone. Are you jealous or are you inspired? And usually jealousy doesn't give you anything, nor to yourself or the other person. But try to be happy for others, because that way you're inspired to work on yourself and create the same for yourself. Okay, let's dive into the pick a card to see which energies, which topics might be very interesting from now on, leading into 2024, around those topics of eros, intimacy, shadow work, courage, following your soul's guidance, etc. I'm gonna pick 3 piles. You choose a number between 1, 2, or 3 while I'm shuffling and preparing. And it's just the first little inspiration, you know, for 2024. And if you want to dive deeper, just let me know in the comments, reach out. We can book a private one-on-one reading for you. If that resonates, give me a thumbs up. The usual YouTube stuff that helps the channel to grow and that signals to me that you like what you see. And according to your feedback, I might produce more of what you like. All right. Oh, my name is Melinda. I do yoga-inspired coaching for your authentic self-empowerment so that you can become more happy in love and life. So mainly work with people around self-esteem stuff and courage. I have people gain new perspective, a spiritual perspective on life. It's empowering our work together. And I use tools, embodiment tools like the magnetic flow, which is a method that I've developed for emotional release. I use tarot. There's a lot of mindset work. And yeah, we plant new beliefs. We go into a theta brainwave state, and then we reprogram our whole energetic system in order to manifest better things into our lives. If that sounds interesting, then click the link below or visit me at melindayoga.com. All right, so I hope by now you picked a card between 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, all 3 piles somehow work together. So if you picked all 3 of them, that's fine. Pile number 1. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Ah, how fitting. Remember the star card. Here it is. Here's the energy of it. So you're on the edge. Open your arms. Get ready. 2024 will be big if you allow yourself to step into a more authentic path for yourself. Be more of yourself. People are waiting. People are craving your weirdness. I mean, if anybody is normal, it's actually pretty scary, because that means they're suppressing everything out of fear, hoping that they will be accepted by society. And so we have a bunch of zombies in society instead of a bunch of rebels with a cause for New Earth. We want more New Earth leaders. Then we have Wheel of Fortune. Nice. It's an unpredictable energy, which is this whirlwind. It's already seen here. So we dive a bit deeper into that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have the dragon. This is one of the highest animal cards you can get. The dragons are mystical creatures. And there you have the symbol of Akash. Akasha is the fifth element, which symbolizes spirit. So this represents your third eye opening. And if you're already a spiritual person, and I assume you are because you're on my channel, next year will be super powerful. You can tap into new gifts, probably a gift of a seer, a visionary. Yeah. Walking into other dimensions with more ease, or maybe even channeling other beings. Interesting. Oh, and because we were talking about a rebel with a cause, maybe you will also see a more reptilian agenda, or people that are still operating in the reptilian mindset, you know, the matrix programming. Maybe you can be a guide for those, or an inspiration for those people. But in order to be that, you yourself have to dare to step out of the matrix first. Then in the Lenormand, we have the 22 path choice point. It's your choice. Red pill or blue pill, remember? So there are many paths that lead to Rome, but there will be some that are easier and quicker, that allow for more flow, that are more authentic to you than others. And intuitively, you already know the next step to take. You don't need my tarot reading for it. Yamas. So there are laws, there are principles, there are ethical rules you could and should follow. And you're invited to define your own as well. Right, this was very quick. Let me check in one more time and pull it back to the Strength card, number 8 energy. Yeah, so when we're talking about shadow, I think face your fear in 2024 to be rejected. You're not for everyone, as this card says. And the moment you accept and you work with that shadow aspect, and you accept those parts that you kept hidden or that you yourself rejected, as soon as you accept them and you integrate them and you heal them, then the wheel of fortune is gonna turn. Things will move into your favor. Like, you will have energetic support even from other realms, the angelic realms, the benevolent beings that aren't incarnated but very present will support your choice. Maybe you even have a very powerful entity watching over you, guiding your path. Like, start working with your spirit guides. Maybe even the dragons. Maybe you're part of the dragon family. Maybe you have a dragon essence. My first awakenings, I actually work with dragon energy a lot. So maybe If that resonates, do some research about dragon energy and work with those beings. And it doesn't mean because you can't see them that they're not there. I know it sounds very spooky and fantastical, but that's the spirit realm. You can only see it here. All right, let's, oh, and discernment also. The moment you start working with non-incarnated entities, and with non-incarnated, I'm talking into the 3D. The moment you are working with the ethereal beings, you need to learn discernment. You don't just invite any type of energy. You have your protection spells, you call in protection from God, from the light, from the benevolent, because you want support. You don't want devil energy attachments, right? This maiden is tackling the devil energy. So if you got burned maybe in the past and had encounters with more difficult energies, this spread over here invites you to get clear rules for yourself. Yamas is part of the yogic philosophy. It actually means there are yamas and niyamas. So dive into research about those, and also research some energetic laws. Do some research about hermetic laws, maybe also to understand all those principles better, and to get discernment and choose the path towards the light. So don't just work with any being, right? I would say work with dragons and get protection right. So yeah, there was a new beginning, very fruitful. There's the path, there's your soul path. An opportunity is or was handed, and you blocked it. You blocked it. And someone or something from the past is coming back in. This is a soulmate energy. This is very sweet energy, actually, that wants to work with you. So discernment with the Queen of Swords, but she's a divorced lady. You can't bullshit her. She has, the Swords energy is very straight to the point, very analytical. She scans the whole room and understands the whole dynamics even before anybody speaks. She has her shit together, and she just knows, and she will tell you how it is. And usually she can be actually super rude because it's head over emotions. She has super clarity. And when I say she, it's just a feminine energy. It can be a guy also, obviously. But she comes in very lovingly. She gives you advice. So she might actually be a mentor or a teacher. She might be a mother figure teaching youngers. Youngers meaning really children, or she might teach you something new. So in that case, you're like the child, the younger energy. And maybe in the past you blocked it because you were afraid. There already was an opportunity. So you're invited to let that opportunity back in. And this energy can also reverse the roles. Maybe you were supposed to teach someone or offer an opportunity and you didn't. So please do so. When it comes to all the topics I actually addressed. So she might be a spiritual mentor, spiritual teacher, or you should become one. And you might think, oh, that's weird. I might have to step into my dharma and I'm afraid of other people's judgments or whatever. When I start talking about dragon energy, I mean, look at me. I'm like 50 minutes talking about dragons, and so be it. If people don't resonate with it, they just click off. They're not your people. So accept that you're not for everyone, but you have to tame that fear to be seen as that spiritual person. All right, give me a thumbs up if that resonated, if that helped. And let's move on to the next pile number 2. Welcome, pile number 2. Let's see what 2024 is in store for you. Oh wow, we have the Cobra, very triggering energy. The Cobra is like, bzz, she's like, right, you just stepped on my tail and you do one more wrong move and I'm gonna bite you, and it's gonna be venomous. Is that a word? It's gonna hurt. Watch it, boy. Watch it, woman. So let's see the other cards, but 2024 will be a year where you can work a lot on your triggers, where you will be triggered. And at the same time, remember, tame the inner beast. This is a card of control. So let's dive deeper. Rajas, oh my God, this is also very fiery energy. We have some, yeah, you need to tame your fire. You need to tame that lion energy. Can be super creative, courageous, a lot of vitality, but it's a fire sign, and fire can burn. It's not just warm and heartfelt and cozy. Fire can get super wild as well. So apparently you'd have to learn to tame your fire. Then we have 2 more cards. We have the 4 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. So probably you got burned in a relationship, you're triggered in a relationship, in a commitment, you are fearful of a new commitment. But you're growing out of there. I guess you're getting ready to step into a commitment. But because of past hurts, you are super triggered. So keep going on your healing journey. You see there's this yellow figure. It's someone that is super exhausted. There's a wall up, but the man is still standing. Okay. So you can do it. Just breathe and work on whatever's triggering you so much. Basically, you have a depiction of the tarot card over here in another way, right? You're more in an open, what is this? It's more an open nature, outdoors. But this wildcat is also tamed. It goes step by step next to her, you know? It's like domesticated, but in a good way. It's still wild, but it knows the master. You are the master of your inner beast. That's the lesson of next year. And the Cobra, I believe there are people who actually play the flute or something to tame cobras, to hypnotize them. So find a way to hypnotize your triggers, to get them under control, basically. To master your triggers. We have inner earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Yes, you see the survivor. I'm a survivor. Da, 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 da. I don't know the lyrics, but it's Destiny's Child, where there's still some power left. You can do this. Either survive within a relationship or after. I don't know what this is. A family dynamic that is toxic or challenging. It's important to find your inner sanctuary, inner earth. Actually, I have a meditation I do on a regular basis where I go through all the chakras, but before I do, I connect to Mother Earth, and I have my inner earth place. And from once I arrive there, she always gives me symbols. She always gives me a sign. I always have inner guidance from this inner earth place. So if you need this meditation, let me know. I mean, we can work together. I can give you that. It's very precious, actually. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. So we have two cards that say go within, connect to the cosmos, connect to Earth, which is part of the cosmos, and get back into this heart space. This is one of the bigger stars that is highlighted, bigger areas. And also surrender. This is 2024. There you have a card of control. And here you see someone that opens and releases and surrenders to what is. Okay? Step out of this fearful energy because of past hurts and surrender. Get back into trust, however you can do this. Instead of being defensive, ready to bite, how about not taking everything so personal, coming from a higher perspective, surrender to what is, and know that you will survive this. There are new solutions and new beginnings. And we have in the Lenormand number 20, which is, well, it can be nature, but it can also be the internet, the public space. Let me get a second card on this. Oh, maybe go public with the issue. Learning about relationships. This is a soulmate or a karmic tie. So I believe that you got very burned due to a karmic relationship, maybe karmic family dynamics, which hurt. There's trigger, there's pain, there's fear, you're on your guard. And it needs an acknowledgement from your side. It needs to come into the public, what happened. Maybe it's your dharma to share so that you can protect others to not do the same, or prevent others to go into the same types of dynamics. Yeah, teach your learnings. And also learn about relationship dynamics and which part you played in this whole thing. Where do you have to step up and put some boundaries, some healthy boundaries up, instead of toxic fighting or being on the defensive. So what does your fire energy has to do with it? And fire is also an element that helps you transmute things and transform things. Give it into the fire to burn symbolically, to burn the pain away, to hand hand that old story into the fire. Do a fire ritual, like a symbolic handover, right? Work with the spirit of fire. And go out of shaming and worrying and guilt. You're a child of the cosmos. You played a role in this, and it was important for your soul's growth. And surrender to what is, to what was, and to what will be, in the sense of you might not know why that happened to you yet. Probably you need to do some inner child work around it, but 2024 will reveal how to go back into this pure heart state. Probably because you're gonna meet someone. I mean, after all, we have a celebration card and a relationship card. And as we said at the intro, the potential to work around intimacy issues and to actually experience eros instead of the devil energy in partnership is here, if you allow it. All right, I hope it helps. Give me a like if that's the case, and share in the comments if you'd like to let me know. All right, pile number 3, welcome. Let's start with Kriya. Oh my God, I love this card. Kriya is purification ritual. This is like, it has to do with discipline. There's a certain discipline that's required next year from you. And discipline when it comes to your spiritual practice, when it comes to your devotion, you're invited to be devoted to something, to allow yourself to really have a practice with discipline. Ooh, this is the one. This is the lady, number 29. This is, if you're a man watching this, this is your counterpart. And if you're a woman watching this and you're attracted to the opposite sex, that means become that woman first and foremost for yourself. This is like the dream come true, the whole package, whatever that means to you. Queen of Wands, who are you? The Queen of Wands, it's even more of this enchantress. This is a go-getter. This is the woman. The Queen of Wands is a fire energy that just is so creative and sensual and sexy. And she's like manifesting. I want it, I get it. She finds a way to make it happen. Wow. Oh, and that's where the devotion comes in. That's where the devotion comes in. What do you want to manifest? And then be disciplined enough to do the manifestation work, to do those meditations, to regulate your nervous system, to do the affirmation work, to pick up the phone, to go places, to, you know, just step into that version of you that has it, that can hold this new reality vibrationally. And then we have, oh my God, what's the English word for this? Octopus. Yeah, hands everywhere. But the octopus is a very intelligent water creature. So we have the water energy here, fire and water. And this is such an intelligent being. So you actually have an emotional intelligence that needs to be explored a bit more. Okay, I'm gonna get back to this card. Star family, and there you have another splash spreading out. Star family, you're part of a team of souls, call in support. So Miss Queen of Wands, I mean, if you're a man watching this, the Queen of Wands, as we said, this can be your counterpart, the type of woman you're gonna meet, or maybe it's the feminine energy that wants to get activated within yourself, this aspect of the feminine energy. So the star family, you don't have to do everything your own. Get creative, yes, but call in your soul tribe and make it happen with them. This is so much more powerful, like those 8 arms. Yeah, just multiply. Like multiply the hands on deck, you know. And also, I see this enlightened brain over here. That means to me that way you become a mastermind. You don't have to think everything through on your own. Just get together with like-minded people, or even people who are very different from you, and just get like this genius new way of thinking and being and going about things the world hasn't seen before. And then activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Amazing. I love this. Who are you, pile number 3? So this means follow your heart, follow the guidance, follow the ideas, take inspired actions, go maybe places like to the earth grid lines all over the world that are known to be very powerful, energetic places to channel energies and to manifest and to go there, do some rituals, travel, even if it's just in your spirit. But this can be Stonehenge, this can be I don't know, there are places in Mexico, there are places in Egypt, there are places in, there's so many ley lines, power places, whichever place is calling you, and you probably know by now. I have a few spots I know I want to go, and there's a reason why it's in your consciousness. You're supposed to go there to meet other like-minded people, to get powerful downloads on your own, to get maybe charged in your own energy field, right? You don't have to intellectually understand this, just go for it. You'll understand later why it's important. So if we tie this back to this card over here, for me, the invitation for pile number 3 is working with your Kundalini energy to purify your own vessel, but also to consciously work with energy flow, to get this charisma, to be that attractive, to actually have this powerful presence. And it's less about the sexual part of Kundalini. It's more about this outer worldly presence that will be accessible the moment you are activating and working with your Kundalini. Wow, and you'll meet other people, star family. Maybe because we were talking earlier about this, it's not only a femme fatale, this is all the women, this is the Empress, this is all the queens embodied in one. And because we're talking about star family, maybe you're creating a family with a divine partner who did not show up yet, but you're getting ready. Once you're in that energy, I mean, there's the law of vibration, and then there's the law of attraction, the law of, there are many laws, but actually what I'm saying is, once you're in this type of energy, once you embody this Empress energy, obviously you will attract an equal that can hold this energy in his or her presence, right? An equal partner, equal friendships, equal work opportunities, like equal to her worth. So what is required? First energy, as I said, was Kriya. And Kriya means that you purify and you show up with discipline. So you control your inner demons, your ego that says, oh no, I just meditated yesterday. Oh no, I just meditated for 3 minutes. No, be devoted and see what's possible, what's unfolding next year. It's super powerful. I'm curious how that all spoke to you, how it resonated. And for pile number 3, let me pick 2-3 cards to close this off. Are you kidding me? It's like I'm psychic or something. Here's the Empress. And here boundaries. Aha, energetic boundaries. So the Empress energy will bounce off everything that's not supposed to be in her garden, right? It's gonna happen naturally. So the 7 of Wands is an energy that can defend itself, that puts up boundaries when necessary, might get attacked, but it's on a higher ground. So whoever's nagging, don't even worry about it. It's not important. If it's your own thoughts, get them under control. And that's what Kriya is also about. We need psychic hygiene. We need to pull out those weeds in our thoughts, thought patterns, those toxic thoughts, get rid of them, get them under control. Do your chants, get your affirmation practice in order, however you do it. I trust you. You can do it. I hope you have your own rituals. If not, you know where to find me. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helps. I hope it inspires. And yes, give me a like if it did. Subscribe to my channel and let me know which pile you are. If you want a personal reading, go click the links below. And if you want to learn tarot with me, you will find all the information there as well. Have a wonderful 2024. And remember, the Strength card is a beautiful energy, and you will be strongly connected to the eternal, to the divine. Just allow it in. It's just a decision to allow it in. All right, take care.